So a couple people asked me about this setup now. Basically, you can get any analog mixer. You can get one of these mixers on eBay used, probably under 150 bucks. I'd recommend an 8 or 12 channel with onboard effects. Don't worry about it being USB. Okay, I mean, a lot of them are. And it's an added plus, but it doesn't need to be. It could be just a regular analog mixer, because the proper way, in my opinion, to do it is to use an analog to digital converter like a Focusrite. So what this allows me to do is take the stereo outputs to the board, patch them directly into the Focusrite, full, true stereo. That converts it to USB-C into the PC. And it can communicate in two-way, in and out. So you can monitor what's going on through your headphone jack here, or even on the board, either one. Or multiple headphones. You could have 3 other headphones monitoring the mix or listening in. Same with mics. You could have 4 people sitting at a table, 4 inputs, 4 mics, 4 headphones. Just using a basic used analog mixer you got off of eBay. You don't need all this fancy Rhodes stuff and all that crap. Okay, pick you up one of these. Recommend 8 or 12 channel. Go to eBay's Pro Audio section. Pro Audio. Click the used tab and type 8 channel mixer or 8 channel mixer USB, something like that, right? And then pick you up a Focusrite. This is the 2i2. Make sure it's a stereo input, dual input. Typically they got these labeled as like guitar, microphone. Don't pay any attention to that. They're basically the same input, and you can use that as stereo input. But just get you a Focusrite 2i2 analog mixer, and you're good to go. You've got a pretty nice podcast setup for under a couple $100, right? Now the Shure SM7B, these are expensive. They're close to $400, I believe. But you're just not going to get a better microphone. Just not. These are the industry standard. If you look at any of the big podcasts, this is what they're using, and there's a reason for that. Okay. Now they do require, a lot of guys cheat. They use a 48 volt booster and just bring the gain way up. You're actually robbing the microphone's performance if you do that. Get you one of these right here. It's a DI box that turns this into an in-phase, out-of-phase dual signal. So you can come in with a extremely low gain, reduces background noise, and it gives you that warm, wet FM sound. Without a lot of boost in there overdriving it. So, analog mixer, Focusrite, DI box, SM7B is going to be your most expensive. But you could use a basic Shure. If you get you a Shure SM58, which is your basic stage mic, almost every good rock song from the 70s was recorded on. There it is. Okay, you use one of those straight into your mixer too. You could do either way. Definitely going to sound better with the SM7B. This is just my sound blaster card. You can see it's down there in the PC right there, that AE9, and it's just a high-end sound card. It's got its own XLR mic input and all that. I found its performance lacking compared to the Focusrite. So then got this telephone, Bluetooth to this device. As you can see, you can do, the 1/8 inch jack or RCA. In this case, I've got an 1/8 inch jack going to 1/4 inch stereo, patched into the board and throttled right here out to the internet. So SM7B microphone, telephone, spare mic right here. This is for redundancy, in case the mic goes down or this goes down, right? during the live. I got a backup mic or backup patch for the phone. This is the backup mic and telephone main output, and this is the stereo output for the vocal. And yeah, just basically, and then StreamYards. OBS is pretty good too. I've done a couple live streams using OBS now. Works pretty good. But I'll tell you what, StreamYards, I like it, man. Works pretty good for me. And then, of course, I believe in redundancy, right? So I can put any one of these cameras live. Any one of these cameras live just by simply clicking a piece of software that's in the computer that'll switch the cams. And I don't know if you guys know this, but NVIDIA has one heck of a broadcasting software now, and that's what I'm using to switch the cameras back and forth. And of course, I got a good set of studio monitors here for my own listening. Those are Samsung's. They're powered by a subwoofer right there. And then, of course, that I bought that first. None of these USB computer mics can hold a candle to an analog state. You could buy a basic Shure SM58 for 80 bucks, and it's going to outperform any USB microphone you can buy. Just your basic stage mic, patched into an analog board into a Focusrite. Don't fall for all these gimmicks like those high-priced Rhodes podcast mixers, because all that does basically is give you hot buttons to play sound effects. Well, you could set something like that up on your own just by making shortcuts on your desktop to a sound file, you know. So don't get caught up in the hype and the marketing. Just go to eBay, get you a used board, Focusrite, and you're good to go.